Hi everybody and dear viewers from YouTube, and I hope you're doing great. This is my second podcast. With a professional, with a person like who's been teaching English in Tajikistan and also abroad as well, and he's been like interpreting. He's been studying in the field of international relations, and he's also been teaching me for a year, when I was studying, and also so there's another experience, another maybe so it's gonna be another video in the future. So about this experience of mine. But for now, let's get started the video and the thing. So here he is, and please introduce yourself and a couple of messages.
Well, thanks, by the way. Really, it's a great honor to be part of this, show and around the community. By the way, I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English for the last of 9 years, and there's no any place for explanation, as my student has recently explained around that case. That it is really
Great. Okay, so
I'm
today's
very
topic is gonna be it's been chosen, and it's also before the show I just told, and it's gonna be about how to speak English fluently, and also how to speak English it covers how to speak English fast, and also because there are some also you, as I saw your Instagram, there were a lot of students asking these questions from you, and for today, I hope I'll hear this information and a lot of just advice for our viewers, because most of them are students and people from other countries, and so non-speaking English countries, and so maybe they will find this informative. Please go ahead, just.
well, when we are pinpointing it around, how to speak fluently in that way, we have to know about the tips of it really, because it's very tough to figure out, for a lot of people, get the point in that case really. I personally have been working on around this, section, especially about speaking section really, for a lot of years, and I have had enough experience, and I've been using a lot of tips, which they brought me back in that way, and I could possibly share it even for the rest of my students, and who could, gain a lot of things. Well, first of all, I gotta say, but it looks a little bit so weird in that way. Last but not least, I want to say reading, because reading is unimaginable things. Not all the people are, trying to concentrate on around a reading section, like holding back some books over there, because we're living in 21st century, and it's too tough really to hold, a book and sit in one place and read this. All people are loaded on around, electronic devices, like in terms of laptop, tablets, or phone, what they got really. I gotta say, one of the most influenced way of improving speaking skills is reading. So the second option, I gotta say, you through songs. I could possibly, replace it, by reading. But why I chose it as a second really, listening, in terms of, working with music, songs, it's another world, not everybody is able for, understanding this point really. Imagine that you got a phone, you have got a lot of, Russian or Tajik songs. If you are, learner, but if you are a novice in that sphere, and you're learning English language next to the, a teacher, or next to, some other tutor, you better, concentrate, in a free time to listen to American songs or to British songs. It doesn't matter really. I gotta bring an example. I'm not going so far. When I was a kid, my mom taught me, and I'm not joking really, but it's serious. I had a lot of home assignment in terms of, giving a lot of words and lots of more expressions, like extra, topics. What I've been dealing with this 400 topic, out of this English and Russian, that was so amazing.
So let's say, because as long as we know that the viewers from different countries, so and let's say specific about like those who just have those who are learning English as a second language, and maybe just a different language, such maybe just maybe Indian language and maybe Arabic and other language, maybe just Tajik, we just in Tajikistan, and Russian language, which is like in Russian as a part of it they are learning, and they wanna maybe they may understand English and they maybe understand just 70%, but they don't speak. They speak like whenever they speak this accent, and they speak this accent, right? They just want to speak with that accent. They want to just be try to what's the best way for them to just speak like an American or speak like a British.
That is a reason
So,
I gotta say you, but if they
Yeah.
have got lack of a teacher and what they are so out of this practice in their way, one of the most influenced and empowered way to that it is work with that music. For example, you got a lot of songs, yes, and you're downloading it from the internet. You gotta Google over there, you'll see a lot of more lyrics. Yeah, for example, you got a song of M, like Lose Yourself, or 50. You got it in the club or somewhere else. You gotta type it over to Google and you'll find the lyrics of that one, and you download it and you'll put it next to yourself, print it over there, and you tape a song in one place, and you're sitting in another corner and just doing like that. So I mean, when a person automatically just repeats, rewires everything after that one, how can I say? It's like when you are, imitating on around that singer, this automatically appears on a person. It's like instinct, really. Not everybody is trying to, deeply believe in that one, but believe it or not, that it's reality. It's reality. When you're keeping going on really in that way, or in a way that is like unimaginable, then you would see in a short period of time a super change, which you transform from the Tajik English version into Americanism. That is one of the best way. Another option is working through
Okay, so some students maybe let's say some students they are learning they are learning English through maybe another language. Maybe their first language they're just mother tongue, and then they just be Tajik, and we speak sometimes some for people just in Russian, right? And try to just ask them, as I saw some of your lessons, you just did this some method, you use this technique and asking your students and speaking with them in Russian, and then maybe just attaching them speaking with them in Russian and try to speak English, right? Try to say the thing in English. And so is this a way and also for just or that's a different concept that you said in the past, whenever you have to just first of all have the background, and then like for speaking fast and for understanding and all of those things, and just you should have the certain levels, and then you should keep up the speaking fast and focusing, or just immediately you can start from any level.
It depends. Like it's concerned also in that way, really. I mean, actually, when we're pantomiming to a person really who is like a novice on a language, he doesn't know any just languages. Especially, for example, if you're gonna bring it up one person really, and he sits here and he holds back some noble in that way. You're explaining on blackboard, and he doesn't know even Tajik as well as really, and despite the fact that he doesn't know any other languages, and this English language becomes his first language, which is trying to obtain that one really. Imagine that it's too tough to to get the approaches what I explained a moment ago during my speech, with that student really. Especially it's too tough really. It takes a long time. I mean about these, tips, it concerned to those people who have got enough experience, who have got enough knowledge, in terms of the vocabulary and the grammatical aspects really, and they're capable to individually lead like the time by themselves really. This is belong to those students. I mean, about that one, what's confirming that way. Other aspects for no, it's too tough really. Imagine that you are a beginner elementary, you're starting trying to pantomime on around songs, yes, but it's too tough, it's too hard really to figure out. Imagine uh, it's it's something looks so clumsy, but the person, especially the novice who's starting around that case, when he keeps, around this or inside of this one, really becomes more difficult. That's why I advise, first of all, trying to uh, enrich your vocabulary and get enough basic, grammar rules of English language, and
Yeah.
then try to do
All right.
this.
So as long as we know, just you don't only speak so English, but you speak a little bit French, and you speak Arabic, you speak Russian, and it's correct, and yeah, and other language, right? But the thing is, how is it so different? What's the difference between the learning English and as you, because like you've been studying this since your childhood. So what's the difference between the learning so English and Arabic and Russian and those things, and so and does this technique which you mentioned so like working in those languages too, or so?
Uh, if to be honest, your question concerning in that way, like uh, those tips, what I've been using for a long time in terms of English language,
Yep.
are they usable?
Yeah, correlated.
Yes,
Related
on
to,
around the language what I learned, like
Yeah.
recently.
yeah.
Actually, that's part of them. That's right. Like I mean, about for example, when we are talking about learning the vocabularies, the system of learning and sticking around all the vocabularies and our brain drills, it working like, but somehow some approaches are not working so very well because of tough grammar, sections of this, kind of, languages. Let's take an example of Arabic language. Uh, it's one of the most difficult languages in the world because it has got 4 cases, as we have got 7 cases, if I don't make a mistake, in Russian language, 6 or 7 cases we got in the Russian language, and Arabic language has got the same cases, like we can call them Arab in Arabic language. And when you own these cases, it's easy, like you can say it's a piece of cake, like to have an accent for the rest of part of the Arabic skills. But what is concerning around speaking skills, of course, it belongs to the vocabulary. Whenever whatever you're trying to learn, any languages, anywhere at any time, we need to concentrate on around vocabulary, because without vocabulary it's an
So
impossible.
great. Just you mentioned also about reading books, which is one of your first one of your first point and one of your first tip for our viewers and for those who just want to speak English fast. And what kind of books would you just advise? And
Of
depending
course,
on their levels,
comics. No, I mean, of course, I rather and recommend for those people comics. What does it mean, comics? It means like a lot of people watch, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. All these are comics. All these movies are made up from this comics books. They're so fantastic, and the fantasy in these books are in a highly respected manner. Why? Because it is explained in a very easy way, and it's like very interesting to stuck around that case. I don't advise for a lot of people trying
So
to
yeah,
concentrate on our articles or some subjects or some books.
this is like specific for children,
No,
or
it's
this
for
is
all
like
ages. For
for all
all
ages.
ages.
So
Actually,
it's,
I've been reading comics for a lot of years. Even when I was a student, actually, I kept going along really, and there's no any kind of embarrassing point in that way. Why? Because what is concerning to me, I don't shy and I just keep going on really because you know that is it is real. That's not my personal point of view, but I actually watched a lot of celebrities, like in terms of orators, best speakers, best actors, best you know uh, people around community. They told like that because you know these books include something like magically, which can attract your attention in a way that is impossible to be out of this one really.
so yeah, but what if they just don't know some vocabularies that are, like when they are reading books and sometimes like it gets boring because they don't know what they are reading. And in this case, what would you suggest to?
No problem trying to underline a word, even it's a lot of words, trying to underline, even take it and then trying to find that word. It's it doesn't concern it that way.
So what about reading out loud or just?
Of course,
which one is better?
yes. When a
according to
person,
or have you just get experience?
I don't recommend to read by heart because whenever a person reads by heart, it only once comes to your brain. But when a person does it in a loud voice, when you see it, when you read more loudly, and it double arise. That is highly respected, approach. I gotta say for all, read more loudly in a way which is compatible for you.
I see. So what's the next one? Like after reading and just
First
and also
reading,
like
second music, song,
Yeah,
third
me too.
podcast, and the fourth is practicing. Practice makes perfect, really. When you've done three of them, three last, and the last one will finalize all of this work. About when you read, listen to songs, and then you're keeping listening a lot of podcasts, and then you need to practice it. Whatever just you got, you need to share it for the rest.
all right.
That is a reason,
Great, yeah. Alright, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope it was great. So we had exchanging with Mr. So for the video of he's got his Instagram followers, and you may just watch it. And so yeah, this is great to be with him and to listen and to share his opinion also about to share these tips for you guys. And I hope these are useful. Actually, I used many of them in my life, even just I got result. And actually, like the conclusion is the thing is just we have to like practice. Whenever we get something, the practice makes everything perfect. And so practice, and after like getting all those things and doing those things, and after we have to just practice, try to come up and talk to the people. So and we're gonna get improved. And okay, so thank you so much, and I hope just you enjoyed it. Good luck. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you find this interesting, you may thumbs up and follow for more of contents, and just this is gonna give me motivated, and this is gonna be great for me, and I just really interested in, so it's gonna be great. I hope in the future I'll just make better and better videos. Thank you.